and welcome back to video 4. Now, as a brief recap, in the first video I shared some ways to think about your drinking that you could start right away, and I hope you've been doing that. In video 2 I shared some ways how you can optimize the journey as you transition from the person you are now to having the relationship with alcohol that you want in the future. And then in the last video, in video 3, I talked about what's possible, right? What is possible for you on the other side of achieving and removing this struggle from your life. Now, as you're still with me here today in video 4, I take it that you are committed to yourself. You want to be the person who has that element of freedom, sense of freedom around alcohol. And I want to offer you that the way you can achieve this for yourself is by working with me. I offer a 90-day intensive program. Now, I don't want you to get hung up on the word intensive. I'll talk in a little bit about what's included. And 90 days, it's not so much that we count 90 days, not like some typical abstinence-based program, but really this is a container. This is a container for transformation. That is the amount of time through all the work that we'll do that will be transforming you and giving you that freedom around alcohol. And I want to tell you that so much of this is about working with your brain, and I hope you will have seen that from the videos and the emails so far. This is far less about the alcohol and really about the brain. And what we want to do is get the brain on board with being intentional, with deciding ahead of time, with committing, with all of these elements that were going to make you somebody who really follows through on this new commitment to yourself. And we are going to extinguish and throw out and get rid of all talk of self-doubt and a negative back chat that we have as to why we're not able to change our goals around drinking. You know, we get rid of all of that. So we do this through, as I say, one-on-one coaching, and to outline exactly what's included. So you will be working with me, and this is personal. This will be very customized for you. And we kick this off with an initial 60-minute consultation call, which is totally free, by the way. You get that whether you decide to work with me or not. And I would totally recommend you go ahead and do this, because this is going to be, frankly, the start of your transformation. You will learn things about yourself in this call that you can take and implement immediately and start making that change in your life. So in this call, it's all about you. It's very simple. We will talk about where you are. We'll talk about what you've tried and what hasn't worked, and your goals. You know, where do you want to be? I meet people who say, absolutely had enough of the drinking thing, just don't ever want to drink again. I have people who say they want to cut back, but they want to leave it as an option to drink or not. And I believe, by the way, that is the biggest freedom, right? If you leave this open to yourself, that you can, I can choose to have a drink if I want or not. But anyway, those two levels. And there are some people who really don't know what they want to have happen, what their perfect desired end state would be, but just something has to change because what is working now isn't working. So we'll do that. Should you decide then to go ahead with me, then we'll start on the program. And that what you'll get for that is you'll get a weekly call with me. We can do this on Zoom or we can do this on the phone. If you need a second call, we can do a second call, right? A lot of programs just do sort of the one touch in or every 2 weeks. I am so committed to you being successful. I believe this is just the best thing I have ever done for myself, that I'm so committed to your success. If you need 2 calls a week, we'll do 2 calls a week. In between times, I'll be giving out worksheets. I'll give bite-sized videos that will be reinforcing the things that we talk about in the calls, our other tools and techniques, anything that's needed to support your transition. Now, there is work to do, right? This, as with anything, you know, there's the learning and there's the applying, but I'll be there helping you along. This isn't some heavy thing that has to happen, but it's just a case of practicing something and becoming. So because what we're doing is we're unbuckling the drinking habit from you and creating new habits. I also provide something that I'm really proud of, and I think just is like magic fairy dust on the process, and that's, should you be going out for the evening for something that's going to be challenging, maybe it's you're going to just go to the bar with friends, or you're going to a wedding or whatever it is, and you think you might have a wobble, we can pre-agree that I'm on standby basically. So should you find it difficult, should you want a pep talk or want to talk something through, you can text me or we can phone. You can step out of your gathering and contact me, and I'll be available. I guarantee to be available so that we can talk through what's happening. And this is really coaching in the moment. That's what I love about it. This then doesn't become what we do when we do our weekly calls is very real, but then if you're sort of really doing it in the real world, then you're able to really learn from what's going on and apply. So that is all included, and that is what we offer. Now, in addition to all of that, sort of in terms of how I structure this, I'm going to get you started with a number of quick start modules, 4 in fact. And these create sort of like these are the fundamentals. These are the fundamental things to learn and apply, and that you will get increasingly better at and more skilled at, of course, as time goes by. And so we will come back to these 4 things frequently as we build, and then we're going to build on top of that. And what you will find is that then we will touch into all areas of your life around decision making and commitment and so on, so that you build not only this sound base for transforming your relationship with alcohol, but I'm telling you, this will bleed into other areas of your life. You will start to look at how you make decisions around alcohol, and how do you make decisions about other important areas and completely different areas in your life. It really is about creating a blueprint for success, really beyond drinking. That's what I offer. I have spots available now, right? One-on-one coaching spots available now. Just imagine, take yourself forward, 90 days to be free of this struggle, right? You don't need to. I know you're not an alcoholic. I know AA isn't for you, but I know also how it feels to just not feel happy, not be happy with the consequences of drinking, and being frustrated that you just can't cut back however much you try. So that transformation is available to you. And if you find you're somebody who's saying, well, one day I'll do this. Yeah, I know, no, not right now. One day. Make this that one day, right? Let's kick off that 90-day container so that you won't have to think about this at all. And I cannot begin to tell you the freedom. Not only will you not be spending money on all the booze, which is a nice saving in the weekly pocket, but think of the time savings. You will never, I never spend a second thinking about, what am I going to drink tonight? Is there enough wine in the house? When we're going out with the friends, are they going to have the drink I want? Who's going to drive home? Right, because we don't want to drink drive, but I still want to have a drink. How much am I going to be able to have? What have I got going on in the morning? Do I need to start drinking a little earlier so that, I'm not going to bed quite so late so that I can get longer? All of this is just gone. And what you will find is that time that you spend, this sort of useless or wasted time, I now say, looking back on this, it's full for other things, for the creativity, for other accomplishments, with your head free and clear, and loving yourself all the way through this. It is really the best thing. So take the action now. Book that consultation call. It's really easy. You click on the link in the email. We'll get started. We'll talk about what's going on for you. You will get a transformation in that free call, guaranteed. But then just think about yourself in 90 days' time, just free of this, and how magnificent it feels. And I'm telling you, I will end by saying, to me, every day, this still seems like a miracle. A couple of years ago, I couldn't imagine not ever going to a celebration without having a drink. Weddings and champagne, Pimm's in the summer, right? A nice glass of Chablis for Sunday lunch. They went together. Now, just don't think about it. Never been happier. So go ahead and email me and we'll set up that consultation call. And I really genuinely look forward to speaking with you.